Rita. How are you doing this evening?
Um, I'm very stressed out.
You're very stressed out.
Yes,
What what makes you stressed out at the moment?
it's everything. My kids, school, all my responsibilities.
Wow. Do you work as well in addition to your internship?
I do a little bit, but not that much. I probably work like just a couple times a month, like two
Mm.
times a month, maybe, if I can squeeze it in.
What do you do?
I teach GED and ESOL for Parma City schools,
Oh, cool.
and I'm a sub, so it's kind of last minute.
Mhm.
Excuse me. And then I have to sometimes try and maneuver out of field early or
Right.
come in a
Yeah.
little late to try and make some money on the side.
Mhm.
So it's difficult.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like you have a lot to balance and a lot of responsibilities. And I was talking to you about how I have multiple things too, and I can only imagine um, college students that be taking care of kids on top of everything else, and that's a huge time requirement.
It's unbelievable because I think my daughter has learning disabilities. I'm having her
Hmm.
tested, and
Mhm.
she's in seventh grade and she needs help every single night. And I'm trying to do my homework, and
Mm.
she needs help with her homework. And then my son has questions about his
Wow.
homework, and I'm trying to get dinner and wash their
Wow.
clothes for
Wow.
school the next
That's a
day.
full-time job in itself.
Yes, it's just
Hmm.
it's really it's really been stressing me out. And my
Yeah.
daughter is starting to like come home with F's, and she's never done that
Oh.
before. And then
Mm.
sometimes I think she's depressed, and I took her to a
Yeah.
counselor, and I had
Yeah.
them do a depression inventory on her, and they said, no, she's not depressed.
Hmm.
And then I think maybe she's just really hormonal because she's just turned 13.
Okay. Yeah. That might definitely be it. I remember how stressful those years were for me.
Yes, and she
Yeah.
has this lack of motivation, but I also
Hmm.
think that she kind of drifts off, so maybe she's ADD
Yeah.
or there's just some learning problem. Like sometimes she writes words and some of the letters are like the inverse. So I'm thinking,
Hmm.
what if maybe she's dyslexic? I mean, I don't know. I
Yeah.
almost hope the psychologist finds something so
Hmm.
that we know
What
what we're
we're
working with.
right. You can identify it. Yeah. I mean, it sounds like you have like just. I mean, you're trying to take care of yourself. Like that's hard enough. Like I just have myself to really worry about. But you have like your children as well that you want to take care of as well. So I can.
It's really difficult. And then
Mhm.
I have this whole house I have to take care of. I have a car with 200,000 miles on it, and I'm
Mhm.
always dumping money into that, and that's stressful. And I have like
Mhm.
a 2 acre lot, and I have all these big old trees, and there's always leaves all
Yeah.
over the lawn, and all these acorns in the driveway that you're almost tripping on. So then I have to,
Mhm.
I
Wow.
have to like take care of that, and sometimes I'm pulling my hair out. And this week, I had
Right.
both my son's coaches, his football coach and his hockey coach, like texting me and calling me and complaining that I pulled him out of this game or he missed this
Mhm.
practice. And it's like,
Yeah.
I'm doing the best I can, and my
Yeah.
son attends everything. He only missed one hockey game,
Wow.
and he's only missed one football game, so I don't know what
Wow.
everyone's complaining
It
about.
sounds like you're a great mom to be able to, support your
Thanks.
children doing all those things, and really making the effort with everything that you have going. Have you been this stressed kind of the whole semester, or is it like building up? Is it more so now than it was back then, or?
It's always worse in October and November.
Hmm.
Because in October, my children and I, school's in full swing.
Mhm.
And October and November is the busiest with the sports and the school. And my
Oh.
daughter has a big birthday in November. And, October we always go on annual hay rides and we always
Oh,
have
fun.
school
Yeah.
and we got hockey and football in November. Besides my daughter's birthday, which doesn't sound like much. You might think, oh, that's only one day in the month of November. Well, we always have a big party, and so it
Mhm.
takes me like 2 weeks to plan
Wow.
because I kind of got a
Wish
menu
my mama
plan.
doing me that sort of birthday.
Really?
She never put that much time in mine. Just like one day planning type thing.
Yeah,
Wow.
it just takes a long time. I mean, I have to clean the house, I have to get the invitations out, and
Mhm.
I got a
Yeah.
menu plan, I have to make
Wow.
things, and it's just a lot of work. And then in November, she starts basketball.
Mm.
And And then
Yeah.
my son takes piano lessons, and he's in chess club, and my daughter's in computer club.
Wow. Sounds like they do a lot in school, which is great to be that involved.
It is great, and I'm really terrible at self-care because I feel like there is no time for self-care. I have all these have tos, and there's just hardly anything left for any self-care.
Mm. Have there been times this semester where you felt like you could manage the stress, or like you felt less stressed?
Yeah,
Maybe.
I'm not sure what I can attribute any of that though to.
Hmm.
I think sometimes when I get really, really stressed out,
Mhm.
I have to say to myself, this stress is going to feel different in a week or 2 weeks.
Hmm.
Or I say to myself, in the aspect of my whole life, how significant is this
Mhm.
event or this
Well, that's good.
behavior?
Sounds kind of like reframing, like
Kind of,
you're putting things
yeah.
into like a larger context, like in the grander scheme of things. You know, you can make it like you're giving yourself like that hope that it'll get better. It's just temporary.
Hmm.
That's a good attitude to have.
Yeah, I tell myself that all the time. I say, oh, if I could just make it till December. And we're done in the beginning of
Right,
December.
right,
I mean,
yeah.
like the first week, we're done.
Mhm.
So I always think, oh, if I could just make it till the beginning of December, and then I go to Ecuador for 2 weeks
Oh, you went to Ecuador.
with a
Nice.
study abroad.
Yeah, that's exciting.
I
So,
know.
what are you gonna have like a babysitter, like one of your family members take care of your
Their
children,
dad
or
is going
okay,
to have them for 2 weeks. And
nice.
I keep saying, if I could just get to Ecuador, once that time happens in my life, I only have 4 months left of school.
Yeah.
And I think I'm only going to take 2 or 3 classes because that's
Mhm.
all I'll need.
Nice. So you mentioned that is this like an ex-boyfriend, or you said their dad?
Oh, their dad, no, it's my ex-husband.
Oh, ex-husband.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
Does he ever like offer to, or is he ever able to like take care of the kids? You know, like say if you need a break, would he be able to, watch them for a little bit, or
Yeah,
maybe you could like, think about doing that and like maybe making some time for yourself, like even if it's just like once a week, just starting like little by
oh,
little. I don't know. Have you ever done that before,
that's a
or?
good idea. No, I never, I always ask him for important things. Like
Hmm.
I have to
Well,
do
self
something
care
with
is
the
pretty
kids.
important.
I know. You're right, and I have to start thinking that it's important because you're so used to, when you're a mom, it's like your kids are first, your kids are first, your kids are first,
Yeah.
and you're always second.
Right. Right.
And I mean, I don't know how I could make myself first. It's hard, really. And if I do, I feel guilty about it that I'm doing something for
Hmm.
myself.
Right.
And my son is very needy. If
Hmm.
he's home with me, he wants me to be sitting next to him. He wants me to play chess with him. He wants me to play
Hmm.
board games with him. He wants me to play catch with him
Oh my
outside.
goodness. Wow.
Oh my gosh, he's just such an. I guess he's a needy kid because of me. I made him that way. Because maybe I spoiled him too much or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I like that idea of maybe asking their dad if sometimes he could take them just so I could get a break. I don't
Yeah.
think I could tell him that though. I have to just
Hmm.
ask him if he'll take the kids because
Okay.
I think in his mind he deems it important or worthy. If I say I have to go to work, I have to go to school, I have to do this
Right. Self care. He may not
meeting.
be as.
Yeah, he's going to say, oh, so you can sit home and drink a margarita
He
and
doesn't
kick your
understand
legs up.
maybe why you need it so badly.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think I just have to get over the feelings of guilt. I should say that there is never any time, because that's not entirely true. Because
Mhm.
every Monday and Wednesday night, the children are with their father.
Mhm.
But sometimes I do have to take them to their sporting events because he doesn't want to, and
Yeah.
it's supposed to be my night off.
Mhm.
But I do have a few hours. But in those few hours that I have alone, I'm always doing my homework.
Mhm.
And then I say to
Right.
myself, I can't stop doing homework to go take a bubble bath or light some candles, you know?
Right, right. So like, say you were like, you said you're very like stressed at the moment, which is very understandable with everything that you have going on. Like, say like down the road, like what would a picture of like you not being stressed look like? Like what would everyday life be like for you?
Well, I would be out of school.
So you couldn't be stress free if you're in school.
I
It would
don't
just
think
be.
so. I don't think that's possible. No.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm very conscientious of, I want to perform well academically and I
Mhm.
want to be able to read everything. And no, I
Mhm.
don't think I could be stress free. I would have to be
Mhm.
out of school and have a decent job.
Mm.
and spend as much time as possible with my kids. That's
Mhm.
what.
Yeah. Just less busy life sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I mean, because I think, us going on in our careers, once we graduate, I think we're always going to have a certain degree of stress.
Mhm.
For, there's a chance we might take on secondary trauma from our clients, or things like that. Like, just thinking like what we can do to equip ourselves to be able to cope with that stress. Because I think
Mhm.
no matter where we are in life, we're still going to have that stress.
It's
And I
true.
understand that you do have like more right now, but like, what are some like strategies we can implement now, or that you could implement now that would help you in the future down the road?
Yeah.
When you repeat some,
I'll have to think
stress.
about that. It's almost 11 minutes.
Okay. Well, it's nice talking with you, Rita.
Nice talking
And
with you too.
hope able to. I'm sure you'll get through this semester fine. Hopefully things.
I know, I'll get
know.
through it fine. It's just rough.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Nice talking with you.